No, I don't think that time will hold up.
On the track now from Point Pleasant, the Pea Pickers.
Kind of an unusual name. I don't know where that came from. But these guys have been a good team for many years. So let's see if they can put it together now. Everybody hit pretty well. Oh, a little hesitation there. That'll drop them right out of contention.
And it is important to note that you have to go in order here. The first man has to touch first, second man second, because you'll find that the third man up the ladder in a lot of these groups tends to be the quickest of the climbers, as well as the quickest runner, and unless he touches last, I would imagine anytime you're trying to put a ladder up while a guy's on it, you're going to run into a few problems.
Yeah, and also climbing a moving ladder is not the easiest. Now, next in line is the Pea Pickers from Point Pleasant. They hold the current record of 7.12, and that was set at Albion in 1988. It's held ever since.
Interesting as well, some of the sounds and the sight of the individual team players as they prepare for the starting of the clock.
Yeah, well, as it was with any sport, everybody's got their own little routines they want to go through.
A lot of intensity.
There's a good, a little bit slow.
Slow climb.
There's a great start. Let's see how that compares to the main transit time of 7.66.
8.21.
Well, I don't think that's going to...
The actual plant itself, there was a problem there.
Those guys are called the diggers. They dig the ladder into the ground, and they didn't do a very good job that time. And it looks to me that the climber was not very happy about it.
Wellsville does not have a Class B vehicle, so we move on now to Point Pleasant, the Pea Pickers, the next to compete.
Point Pleasant set the record in this in 1989 at 5.33, the Western New York record. They're in trouble also. They'll be disqualified.
Disqualification, no score whatsoever.
No, the ladder hit outside the yellow marks on the arch, and that is automatic disqualification. They were in trouble right from the start.
We should also point out that the time that the vehicle, should they be able to get points in this event, which they can't.
Not for today, no. The next team, I believe,
the
is...
Pea Pickers from Point Pleasant. Again, this is the Class C competition. Prior to this, we had the hook and ladder Class B.
Now, these are the guys that set the record in 1989, so let's see if they can equal the task. I think they're about ready to go, and here they come. Oh, tough start. Well, that's not going to get them many points today, I don't believe.
The white line that you see just below the bottom of the ladder, that is the ideal spot. That's the target. That's the bullseye that you're looking for.
And it does affect the truck's performance somewhat. The tires tend to slip a little bit more, spin a little bit more.
Now, what will the officials be looking for here along the lines of disqualification?
The hose coming out too early, length of hose, size of hose, right down to maybe even the driver not wearing his goggles.
Much better technique.
Real slow at the hydrant, so one man on this end. He's in good shape, but they're
still waiting for water?
Yeah, water was very slow there. And that was Point Pleasant, I believe, yep.
The Pea Pickers with a time of 14.73.
So maybe Orchard Park could get a team together and come out and compete.
For some reason, the word liability comes to mind right off the bat, but I think it would be a lot of fun. I'd like to be involved in something like that. I'll give a shout to our friends from the Orchard Park Fire District, the Wyndham Fire Hall. Good contingent of them over in the bleachers here today.
Well,
so we obviously have a number of firefighters from the Orchard Park area that are interested.
Well, it's nice that the neighboring companies, are a little bit distant neighbors, come down to help us out and watch this event. We're glad to have them.
I'll start the letter now. Dear Fire Commissioners, the Pea Pickers now, Point Pleasant. He got the water. Can he get the nozzle in time?
A little bit slow at the hydrant, but he's in good shape at the nozzle. And just a little bit late on the trip, but that'll be a pretty good time, I believe.
It seemed like it would be a good time. 9.34.
And I believe that would hold up in a normal average time. And as you can see, the little ritual's getting going there. Guys hopping up and down, getting themselves psyched up for the task at hand. And I believe we're ready to run.
You notice each of them standing by ready to connect as they run. They'll be connecting each of those lengths.
All connections are made. A great hydrant hook.
You're not going to find one better than that. He connected and hit the water at the same time.
And a great trip. There's your first place run for the day.
That's going to be a spectacular time. We'll wait to hear it officially, but I think you can tell by the crowd that that was certainly 9.28.
9.28 is a great time. Now I'd like to also mention the pick up on the little subtleties that shave the hundredths off the times. Point Pleasant seems to be doing rather well for the start. Here again, the water is timed. It's not instantly turned on. It's timed so they can give themselves time to get down the course. First target's tripped very well. Setting up for the second one. Connections are made.
There. Nice connection.
Here, we're going to have a good time here. Excellent run by the Point Pleasant Pea Pickers. They should be fairly happy with that run.
Not a beat miss there.
Not a pea left in the pod.
20.30.
That's good for first so far. Beats out the Meade Transit 22.5. Our unemployed entrepreneur is not happy with that run. As well, the whole Maine Transit team doesn't seem particularly happy with the outcome of today's event so far. A little more practice, back to the drawing board. They'll be back. They're a good team. They're in the competition, but they're just having a few problems today.
In case you were wondering, Wellsville does not have a team in this competition. They don't have motor pump. Class B truck. So we will move on to the Pea Pickers, Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant seems to be poised and ready to go. The track's been cleared.
Got cleared off a little bit quicker that time.
Yeah, the official didn't seem to be quite as particular about the amount of water on the track, or else it was cleaned up faster. I don't know.
No home track advantage for Maine Transit on that last run.
No, sir. They actually dumped more water. See, now they came in real slow. Good hydrant connection. See, now he's out of control. Dan, that's what I was afraid of earlier. I said that with this amount of pressure, you never know what's going to happen. Now they're in deep trouble. Now they got to reset everything, and Danny Ott was a little bit nervous there.
Had a trip.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was not Dan Ott.
A little too late, however.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the vehicle did stall out. So
yeah,
we had a number of problems there.
Yeah, things are kind of falling apart there. Their nozzleman's very unhappy with his performance. 21.82 is not going to hold up for points. But there was a good example, if maybe we can see that on the replay, of just how things can go just a little bit off tilt, and all hell breaks loose, pardon the expression. Things just fell apart. Things are looking good so far.
Nice slow approach.
Got a decent hydrant connection. They got water out right there. They're in good shape. The hose looks fairly straight, but now watch that kink.
See?
That kink right behind the nozzle in there sends them into a spin, and that's the end of the story for them.
2 or 3 more guys on that hose wouldn't have made a difference there.
Either they just don't feel that they're ready for this event. It does take 12 guys, first of all, or 12 people. They might not have enough team members, or they might not have the equipment. I don't know what they're.
You'll notice here one guy out of uniform. Would he be a last-minute substitution from the company?
I would assume so. They probably were. Somebody didn't show up or something, and they had to get a draftee, which sounds easy to accomplish, but those buckets have to be placed just so in the hands of that guy starting the
and
rhythm.
Notice the teamwork too, because what he'll do is he'll throw a couple of those first buckets back on down. Hold it.
Now they almost ran out of buckets here. See, they didn't have any more coming up, so if they wouldn't have filled it on that bucket, there was going to be a long...
What would be the reason for doing that? Because he threw the first 3 or 4 back down again, and then he just started recycling the rest of them up top.
More...
23.38. 23.38 for the Pea Pickers.
Oh, that beat Maine Transit.
23.38.
The reason for that is normally these teams know almost exactly how many buckets it's going to take to fill it. They cut it very close there. There was no...